and I am your Saint Germain. And I am here to continue to carry on what was started not years ago, but lifetimes ago here on this planet, with all of you that have been working, moving forward in consciousness, lifetime after lifetime, and coming in the next lifetime, and remembering little bits here and there. But to the point in this lifetime, you are reaching the end of this era and the beginning of the next, the beginning of the new golden age of Gaia. The golden age of Gaia that you will participate in, are participating in. You are bringing this about. And all of you need to understand that you are here together to do this. Yes, you are individuals, certainly. You have your own individual lives, your own individual needs and wants and desires, but you also know that you are part of the collective. You are part of the group consciousness, the collective consciousness of this planet. You have your levels or your circles, as was mentioned earlier, of your group consciousness that expands further and further out. But as you continue to allow your consciousness to spread, to include more and more of the collective consciousness of this planet, then you move closer and closer to your own ascension. For in order to ascend, you need to move out of the reality of just you and take on the understanding and the knowing of what is beyond you, of all that is, the all that is. When you have moved to that level of consciousness, then you are ready to fully let go of all of the various attachments that have held you down. When you have realized the full level of consciousness that you are as the collective you. That includes all of the multidimensional selves of you, as well as all of the connection with the consciousness of the entire planet and even the solar system. And you can even go beyond that as you take on the collective consciousness of the galaxy and so on. Someone mentioned earlier about the consciousness of Gaia, the immense consciousness of Gaia, and yes, she has an immense consciousness. But think about the immense consciousness of the solar logos of this solar system, and then the consciousness of the galactic consciousness, and beyond that, and so on. And you begin then to understand the unification of the one that you all are. And yes, this is very esoteric as an understanding, but your three-dimensional consciousness cannot understand this. But you are no longer just in your three-dimensional consciousness. Many of you, if not all of you, have moved out from time to time, from moment to moment. You have moved out of that three-dimensional consciousness, and you have taken on the higher consciousness of not only yourself, but those that are around you, and those animals that are around you and part of your life, and the plant life that is around you, as you move out into nature and you begin to understand how everything is part of the greater plan. All of the trees and the plants and the flowers, they all understand that they are a part of a greater plan. They all know this. Within their consciousness, they know this. The animals themselves know this, that they are part of a greater plan in motion, greater level of consciousness beyond them. It is humanity that has to come to this understanding that you are all a part of a greater plan that is constantly in motion, constantly shifting and changing. And this is the reason why you are not seeing the results that you all want to see. You are not seeing what you have been dreaming about and idealizing about yet. But even though you have not seen it, it does not mean it is not happening. It is just as your understanding of a tree in a forest that falls and makes no noise. Does that mean it did not fall? Or the other way of looking at that is a tree that falls and you do not know it, but does it mean it didn't make a noise? You can look at it either way. It is understanding the full level of consciousness that you all are and a part of the greater consciousness. And that is what this entire fight is about. This fight for freedom is about realizing that you are a part of a greater whole. Your President Trump was attempting to bring that to you, to make you understand that this is America, where he says, make America great again. But the next part of that goes beyond America. It goes to the entire planet, the world. Make the world great again. That will be the next part of this. Make the planet great again. For it is encompassing the full level of your being, which is beyond just this small reality that you find yourselves in. This reality, yes, that you are creating for yourselves. But the reality that is beyond you is so much greater. And you are all moving toward becoming a part of that as you realize the consciousness that is beyond you and yet connected to you at all times. This is the universal consciousness, universal source consciousness. All of you need to continue to be aware of everything that is happening, but do not become involved in what is happening, except for the point or the times where you can make a difference. Your forefathers of this country made a difference because they stepped outside of themselves and realized the greater consciousness. They realized the greater consciousness beyond themselves and realized they needed to fight for something, to reach out for something beyond themselves. And all of you now are in that process. But you are not being asked to sign a new Declaration of Independence. You are not asked to put your lives on the line. Some are, but most of you are not being asked to do that. That is not a part of your mission. But it is a part of your mission to reach out and assist others wherever you can, but to follow your own ideal as you do so. Do not capitulate. Do not give in to that programming that continues to come into this planet, that continues to find fruition throughout the planet, through the people of the planet, as those of the forces of darkness continue to try to hold on to their very lives, everything that they have known. But they must release that, and they are being prompted to release that in one way or another. And you know of that which I speak of here. If they will not capitulate to the forces of light, then they will be consumed by those forces of light. And you all are in those forces of light. You are already a part of that. You are the boots on the ground. You are the way showers. And I ask you now, as Saint Germain and all of the rest of the Ascended Masters and all of the Galactics and Agarthans that are working with you, I ask you now to step out on your knowings, your beliefs, your truths, and follow those truths wherever they may lead you. Because if they are indeed the truth, then it will lead you in the direction that you need to follow. You have heard many, many times, believe in yourselves. And that is what this is all about now. This fight that is going on between the different sides. It is all about believing in yourselves and following your own ideal, following your own road, your own path. Or some have called it the road less traveled. Yes, follow that path. For that is the path that is leading you back to your higher God self and to your full ascension. I am Saint Germain, and I leave you now in peace and love, and that the violet flame has been gifted back to you to assist you as a tool to continue to move beyond the old programming and take on the new programming that you are creating for yourselves.